Hi, everyone. Welcome to All Kinds of Advice. For today's topic, we are going to talk about the one and only Rihanna. We are going to talk about where she stayed for the Super Bowl weekend. So I was reading a story a couple days ago, and it stated that she actually rented a five-bedroom house, and that's where she stayed for that week during the Super Bowl. So she didn't do any like hotels or any other thing. She actually rented out someone's actual house and she stayed there for the week because they said that in the when I was reading it, it said that she wanted to be really close to State Farm Stadium. So then that way it wasn't gonna be like a long drive. Because you know sometimes how traffic can go, and the Super Bowl is something you don't want to be late. You want it's a lifetime opportunity, and you want to make sure that you are on time for your performance because there's a bunch of people there anticipating waiting to see you perform, and of course there's the fans at home wanting to see you perform because it's at a certain time that it comes on during the Super Bowl halftime show. So the person's house that she rented is a guy named Siripio, I believe. I'm so sorry if I'm butchering the name, if any of you have read the story. But she rented out his five-bedroom house. He's a 48-year-old, and he does his occupation is cybersecurity. So, and you know, cybersecurity individuals, they make a lot of money. Like it's one of those careers that if you can get into it, I'm pretty sure they're probably making like 80,000, 100,000 and above. Maybe some people, depending on how long they're in that career field, they're probably making like 200,000 or even more, perhaps. So he rented out his five-bedroom house to Rihanna for that Super Bowl weekend. And he actually had to move out, of course, because he can't stay there while she's occupying the house. And she actually the property firm that he dealt with on behalf of Rihanna paid him $500,000. Oh my God. That's half a million. That's a lot of money. $500,000. If someone is, giving me that type of money and they'll be like, okay, I just need your home for like a week. It's not even like a month or, 4 months, 6 months. It's not a week is like it goes by so quickly. And he actually got 500,000 from that transaction. So I was thinking to myself, if he actually got 500,000, how much did the property firm actually get? Did they may perhaps get another 500,000 or did they get a million? Did the entire transaction was that like probably 2 million and he probably just profited 500,000? But yeah, he instantly, and it sounds like he kind of has a family because when I was reading the article, it stated that his 13-year-old teenage daughter was super excited that Rihanna was gonna be in their home. And I'm just like, well, who wouldn't be excited? Like the way, like if someone says, let me, rent your home for a week, hell yeah. If you're paying me a lot of money, hell yeah. And I even think that 500,000 is a lot of money to pay somebody. I think it's like way too much. But then again, at the same time, his house that he had, it's a five-bedroom and it's not a cheap house. It's like $7.8 million is what he paid for the house. And he didn't pay for it cash. Like he still had a mortgage every month. But he said when he got paid from that transaction for as it relates to Rihanna, his mortgage was gonna be good for like a period of 2 years. And I'm thinking to myself, like, you're in cybersecurity. Like, why do you have a mortgage? Like, I never could wrap my mind around why people would buy a home for so much money. Like, maybe people that have like a scarcity mindset is gonna think like, I'm not buying that for 7.8 million. I feel like if I was to buy a home, I would want to buy the home cash if I was a celebrity or if I had, a lot of money, I would just buy the house cash. I don't want to see myself paying a mortgage if, I'm a celebrity and I have that type of money. But, Rihanna is a billionaire, so she can afford to, put down a million and rent out a place or 500,000. Like she doesn't have small money. Like she's up there, with the big dogs. Like she's obviously one of the female singers that's a billionaire. So she can afford to, wink out that type of money and not even think about it or not even worry about it. And the good thing about, this person that she rented out their house, it's not only the fact that they're getting money from this situation, they're also getting publicity because, maybe other celebrities in the future might want to rent out his house. So it can create, a sense of money flow, and he could continue making money just off of his property. And before you know it, if like, I don't know, maybe 10 other celebrities rent from his home, before you know it, he can pay off that $7.8 million that he owes on the house. So like I yeah, and the good thing about it is he also gets not only the publicity again, as I mentioned, but he also mentioned in the article that not only did he get a lot of money, but he hasn't even moved back into that house. So it seems like he's kind of like thinking what he should really do with the house, because he's been getting a lot of offers from people to sell the house. And like, I'm pretty sure if a lot of people think that, okay, well, Rihanna has been in that house, he's probably getting like, high amounts, maybe even more than the 7.8 million that he paid for it. Maybe other people will be like, oh, Rihanna, stayed at the house for a week. That's like a big deal. I'm willing to give you 20 million for that house. So that's like a whopping profit for him in that sense. So, I mean, some people don't want to rent out their house because they're like, I don't want to, because then they have to go find a place for themselves for that week. And some other people don't want to, rent out their house because their personal stuff is there. So I'm not even sure for that week that he rented it out if he took out all his, like, I'm assuming he would take out all the personal belongings, but there's only so much you can really take out. Like he probably still left his furniture and decor and all that type of thing. Because when you're renting out a house, she's probably not going to only use that Super Bowl time just to prepare for the performance. Like she's probably going to take pictures as well for her social media channels. So the house has to, of course, have nice views and also be decorated, like good interior decorating as well. So, I guess there's a thrill of renting a house to a celebrity. It not only makes, your property go up in value, but it also gives you like this huge publicity where other people want to give you offers for the home. So I guess, he was lucky in that sense. But I don't know, like I feel like, as I said, like a cyber security job pays pretty well. I don't see why someone would need to buy a $7.8 million home. But to each his own. Like I just feel like if you can avoid debt or a mortgage, as I said before, why not? You know what I mean? Why not try to really do that? But in terms of, I guess, like, in terms of people that are rich or celebrities, like I feel like it's wasting money to spend like $500,000 on a property for just a week. But then, I mean, I guess I can't relate because I don't have those type of coins. But I feel like especially in the US, you could perhaps even buy like a house with that type of money. But maybe for $500,000, the type of lifestyle that celebrities want to live, they wouldn't want to live in a $500,000 home. Maybe they're gonna think like, well, a $500,000 home is not gonna look good, or it's not up to my standard. Maybe, when you're not rich, you might think a $500,000 house would be good. But for a celebrity, especially Rihanna, that has like, she's a billionaire, she's gonna think like, oh, this is not up to par with what I expect for myself. But let me know in the comments section like what you guys think in terms of, renting out would you guys rent out your home to a celebrity? Like if you had like, a $7.8 million home or a $5.8 million home, would you rent it out to a celebrity for a week if they were going to give you $500,000, or if they were going to give a million, maybe even 2 million? Do you think that maybe no, you wouldn't rent it out just because it inconveniences you and then you have to go look for a home? Like, would you put a money value on your home? Like, what do you guys think in the comment section? I mean, if, as I said, if the money is right, I'm all for it, because then with that, if a celebrity comes to my house, it brings up the property value of my home. Other celebrities are going to want to rent, my home. People that are investors that have a lot of money, they might want to give me, double or triple times the amount that I paid for my home. So sometimes it could be a bit of a win-win situation. But it sounds like, this actually made through the I read this on, the internet had the story. I think it was the Wall Street Journal. So the fact that he came out and he mentioned this, it seems like it's like a proud moment for him. But I always wonder, like, when people come out and say like a celebrity has rented their home, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, when celebrities do those type of things, do they have like the client sign an NDA? Because, or they don't care, like, if people know that they purchased this um place, or they rented this place, like, they want people to know, kind of like bragging rights, like they don't care if someone comes and say, oh, well, Rihanna was in my home, or this other celebrity was in my home, because they're kind of looking at it like, yeah, it just shows that, I have money and I'm able to do things and have that certain lifestyle. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. As I said, if the money is right, I will do it. But then at the same time, I feel like sometimes it could be a bit of an inconvenience, because our home is like a safe haven for us. And sometimes we don't want to be away from our homes. But you know what? If the money is right, maybe, people will just, all their viewpoints in relations to their home and how they feel about their home, maybe that might go out the window when good hefty money is involved. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. But I seen this online, this story, and I was like, I have to say this. I love Rihanna. I loved her performance. I find she really did really well at the Super Bowl, especially since she was also pregnant, and she was also doing the choreography, and that sort of thing. So until next time, this is All Kinds of Advice podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to this channel. Take care.